Don't give up your social life for more gym progress. Those late nights, going out with friends to clubs and drinking, giving all that up, it will make your gym progress faster. Your sleep will be improved, nutrition and your training quality, those will all be improved. Your gym progress will go from here to here. The thing is, the gym isn't everything in life. Your social life is just as important as your gym progress, and vice versa. Prioritizing, I do definitely agree that prioritizing a area in self-improvement will dramatically affect how much progress you make, and it'll actually be better in the long term. What I'm talking about is going too far. What I've been doing for the last, probably since February, is something called an extreme season. This is a concept by Hamza Ahmed. I actually was doing it before he came up with the concept. Like, I didn't, the mindset was like, give up social life, just focus on content creation and gym. That was basically the mindset. And then Hamza Ahmed, he basically made it into a whole concept, and basically it's called an extreme season. It's where you hyper focus on one aspect of self improvement. For example, content creation. You basically minimize, do the minimum for other things in self improvement, like fitness and social life. You will only meet friends or socialize like once every 1 or 2 months. Um, you'll only go to the gym 1 or 2 times a week, and then you'll basically go all in on, like, for example, content creation or your business. We were working like 8 hours a day, right? That's basically the concept, and I was doing this, but I did way too long. I did it way too long. Well, maybe not way too long. There's definitely people who can do way longer than me, but I've surpassed my limit and I didn't realize. I've been locked in, like really locked in, probably since, yeah, February was when I really locked in. With probably January, I was like focused on other things as well, also in extreme seasons. Actually, probably it started in February, so it's June now, so it's been, actually it's July now. What am I talking about? It's been 5 months, 5 months of complete locked in. But the thing is, I missed a crucial step. After extreme season is not extreme for life. It's something that, it's the reason why it's called an extreme season. You need to literally only do a season, 3 or 4 months, and then you go, maybe you don't actually necessarily have to go into another aspect of self improvement like fitness or whatever, but you need to let go. You need to basically get out steam. This is how burnout happens. I've never actually experienced burnout before, and I'm experiencing the consequences now. Well, not now, I've basically gone over it, but last week I completely burned out because it was a mental mind game. Because eventually I was like, bro, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go out with my friends and party. So I did, but I fucking went way too hard. It came to the point where I just completely fucked up. Like, self improvement was gone. Habits that were 6 feet in the ground suddenly came out like a fucking like a fucking walker from Walking Dead, like a fucking zombie. These habits are so deep in hell, suddenly they rise out of the ground. They rose out, they're gonna fucking rise. English, yeah. I went too long. I went too far. I forgot how important socializing really is. Now, as I explained, like extreme seasons. In extreme seasons, most of the case, the social life is gonna be reduced to a minimum, right? There's definitely an extreme season where you can go in socializing. I don't recommend doing that because that'll lead to degeneracy. Probably when you're starting self improvement, I wouldn't blame you if like fitness and social life is your main priority. Like business, you don't even have to think about business. But after that, prioritizing your social life, you basically already have a social life. All you have to do is make a call, and you already have a party planned. But when you're first starting self improvement, you need to first of all make friends. Well, not even make friends. You have to first of all learn about social skills, and then apply them, make your social life, build it. That's something. It's basically like a, you could say like an empire. You need to build your empire, social life, or whatever, on some cringe autistic level, right? So all I have to do now is like call some people up, and then I've already have a fucking like 20 people to go fucking club with, like go to a club, 20 people to go to a club, and like hundreds of people to like have a party in like someone's house or something. That's all I have to do, and I'm basically, I don't even have to do it. It's like passive income, if you know what I mean. I'm getting invited to parties already, like passive income. Well, that's a new concept. I'm basically getting invited to parties already. I don't have to do anything anymore. Social life, of course, I still have to meet them so that they don't think I'm fucking some asshole who doesn't care about them or something. Obviously, you need to care about your friends. And the thing is, I was still meeting my friends like maybe once a month. Um, but I would only meet them for like a couple hours, and I'd go to bed at like 8. So when I look at the clock and I realize, oh shit, it's 8 p.m. I'll say, like, well, bye, I need to go to sleep. Oh, you know, it's I have something in the morning. I would always say I have something in the morning. And the thing is, I wanted to do that, but there was definitely days where I didn't want to. I actually forced myself to literally stay home or go home. Probably the first 4 months, 3, 4 months, it was like no question. You know, there's no regret. I just said, bro, I need to go home, and I slept like a baby. But then, probably June, when this kept happening, I felt regret. Like, I felt really sad to go. Like, I realized, shit, it's 8 p.m. already, bro. I have to go. I have to go. You know, I have to go. I have to, first of all, upload the video I made or something, and I have to go to bed. You know, because you have to get up 6 a.m. in the morning. That was the first time in this extreme season that I felt regret. And that's a sign that you need to let loose. Basically, how extreme season works, you do extreme season for like 3 or 4 months, and then you let loose for like a week, while also keeping self-improvement to a minimum. What I mean by let loose, obviously you don't have to fucking bring out old habits, start smoking weed 7 days straight. No, obviously. Keep self-improvement to a minimum. Like, you can skip a few workouts if you want. You only go to like 1 or 2 times in that week. The extreme season doesn't even have to be that long. It could be like even a day. But you just have to go all out, bro. Party with your friends, fuck a ton of bitches. And that's the thing. I also was purposely not going out with women. Like, I forgot why I did that. There's actually no reason. Because the only reason I did that is because, you know, it's the stereotype where if you don't meet women or you're somehow better, no, you're just you're cucking yourself, and well, not cucking yourself, that's completely incorrect. You know, you're basically making yourself a loser, a guy who doesn't pull bitches for no reason, really. People argue that, okay, when you come, you lose motivation. That's never happened for me. I actually get more motivated. And I experienced the consequences last week, bro. I completely fell off. It was the first time that I willingly didn't journal, meditate, hit my macros. Like, there's definitely been days in this extreme season where I didn't journal because, like, I literally couldn't. There was no way I could or meditate. There was no way, and if I did journal or meditate, it would affect my sleep. So I was like, okay, we're not gonna do it. That was like maybe once a month or something. But last week I could journal. I could have meditated. I had the time. I had the opportunities, but I didn't do it because I just didn't want to. Well, not that I didn't want to, I just didn't do it at all, and I didn't feel regret. That's the thing. I didn't feel regret. That's the scary thing. People who stay degenerates, they don't actually feel regret to what they do. Obviously, maybe later down the line, but most of the time they do not feel regret when they smoke weed or when they jerk off to porn. They don't feel regret. That's a scary thing. And just a few days ago, I realized, like, bro, you're falling off, bro. You're falling off. Don't pull a Hamza Ahmed, you know. I fulfilled my purpose. Don't pull that. So I decided the end of the week was just partying with friends, bro. Partying with friends, getting it all out, and I did, and I had a good time. And now I realised that I could probably only go 3-4 months, 4 months max. Maybe later down the line I'll be able to do more, since basically this is the first time like I've ever really done this. Like 4 months. Oh no, what am I talking about? 5 months, complete like lock in one thing, or two things in my case. I did fitness and what's it called? Content creation, right? I completely locked in on that. And I realized I can only go 4 months. But maybe I can increase my limit. But I don't think I should. I don't think I should increase my limit. Or if it's even possible, I don't know that. I might as well play it safe and just every 4 months just go loose. Or even every 3 months, it doesn't really matter. Because in the end, my progress will still look like this. Instead of this, it's like a mess. No, it'll look like a linear line. I hope you learned something.